Greetings everybody, this is Leviathan here, and today we are bringing you some Diablo 3 news. Yes, last we gathered and discussed it was over the Nintendo Switch and talking about Diablo 3 coming to that platform. But today we're going a step back in more general news. We've got the seasonal end dates. So we have Season 14 end date officially, and the Season 15 start date. As you guys might remember, when Season 14 was just kicking off in the middle of June, we had a tentative date, and this was the first time that they had ever given us a expectation of the exact date of when the season might end, and they hit it. They are officially telling us as of today, and this blog post will be in the video description, so feel free to look at that if you want the exact details of what to expect when the season rolls over. There's lots of info that I just scrolled past there, but like I mentioned, September 16th, Sunday, so 2 weeks from this coming Sunday, if you're seeing this video right when I publish it, the season will be ending. So make sure you get your last bits of pushing in or seasonal journey, whatever it is that you want to accomplish for Season 14, get that done, because that 2 weeks kind of flies by. However, talking about flying by, as you know, this blog post that gives us the end date often also gives us the start date of the next season. And so we have that for you too. Season 15, as you can see on screen, will be starting Friday, September 21st. Quite the quick turnaround. I was saying I feel like this is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, turnarounds we've ever had. And some of the people on Twitter were telling me that we've had a couple of seasons that have had kind of that finish earlier in the week, start at the end of the week for the next season. So this is pretty crazy just to see a reversion or a go back to that sort of aspect of we're just going to churn these seasons, turn around very quickly. I mean, something to keep in mind, however, is that we are still on the same patch, right? This is still 2.6.1. This will be the 4th season on that same patch. Things that will change, though, will be the Haedrig's Gift. That will rotate as it has been since the introduction of it. The Conquests, all that will change. There's probably a little bit of shakeups to the seasonal journey. The bosses usually change around a little bit on that. And the seasonal theme. We actually didn't get in this blog post any indication of what the seasonal theme will be for Season 15. So I know some of us are holding out hope that it'll be something a bit more substantive, maybe something that really forces you to approach or change the way that you might play a season. So we're fingers crossed on that one. Usually that, I guess we only have one example so far, but I was gonna say usually we get that news in the seasonal preview blog that comes out about a week before the actual season kicks off. So I'm saying you should probably see that hit your web browsers around the 14th or the 13th of September. You know, just to give that leg lead into Season 15 and allow you to know exactly what the Haedrig's Gifts will be. But again, we can predict those because those are on a set rotation. What the exact conquests will be, which we used to be able to know when we had PTRs, but now there's no more PTRs because no more patch changes, which is kind of sad. So I guess that's the thing to look forward to, is what will the seasonal theme be? That's kind of what everyone wants to know. And another thing to kind of keep in mind and an aspect of all this is you usually can extrapolate, like we used to before they gave us the tentative end date for a season, where the next season will end and kind of what the Blizzard calendar looks like when that happens. So, you know, going from September to October, October to November, November to December, we're looking at essentially the end of the year if they stick to that 3-month, 12 weeks, 13 weeks pattern of how long seasons tend to be. That's an interesting one because that does fall right around that seasonal holiday break that Blizzard takes at the end of the year. So if anything, I imagine that this season will extend further than it usually has been known to. So I would imagine maybe ending the season in early January. And if you look back at the previous years, it kind of puts us on this set pattern of how the seasons have been rolling out, because all of them have essentially lined up, pardon me, with ending a season somewhere early in January and then starting the next one kind of around that same time, and then you can, you know, sort of roll out the rest of the seasons as the year goes on. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think in terms of the, they hit their mark, so that's good. If anything, this kind of gives us some indication that when they preview the end date, they're likely gonna be right on target for that. But also, how do you feel about not knowing what the seasonal theme is yet? Would you like to get it earlier? What do you think it will be? What are your guesses? What would you like to see, I suppose? All these things, you know, hop into the comments and discuss it with your fellow YouTube watchers and myself, because I'd like to hear from everybody. I feel like this will be a quick turnaround. I'm not sure how great that is, because I know some people really enjoy that break in between to just decompress, play some other stuff, especially if they're the ones that are grinding super hard in seasonal. You know, you usually hit that first weekend of the season quite hard. I know I always do and will this time around, no exception. So it'll be interesting, but I mean, you know, bowed out of season 14 relatively early, so I'm kind of fresh and ready to go for season 15, but I'm curious how everyone else out there will be feeling. So let me know, hop into the comments, will you even play season 15? Let's talk it up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully there'll be some more exciting stuff to discuss. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future videos, and see you soon. Peace!